right, welcome to the Sam and Cam show. I'm Cam,
I'm Sam.
and I guess the first thing we need to talk about is why is it the Sam and Cam show and not Cam and Sam show?
We've been over this, man. Sam's just a better name.
Sorry, Mom. I don't think that's true, but that's okay. So our first ever show, management was nice enough to give us a show, foolishly enough.
And we'll take advantage of it whenever we can. We'll see if they let us back in tomorrow.
Talking sports, yeah, we'll see if our card keys work. Biggest topic, I guess, what would you say in the Bay Area?
It's got to be Dub Nation. There's arguably nothing bigger going on right now.
Yeah. The bars are full of Warriors fans. Everywhere you go, every car has decal stickers, flags waving.
I got
awesome
two flags.
to see. You got two flags?
Mm-hmm.
Trying hard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got the license plate frame, the 2015 championship sticker on my back window too. I'm dubbed out. I got my hat, got my jersey.
Are they all brand new?
No.
No, okay.
Well, this jersey is new,
Yeah.
and the hat is new, obviously, because it's a championship hat.
How nervous were you for game 2?
I wasn't nervous at all.
Really?
No.
Okay. I got to say, when I found out the Thunder were playing the Warriors and not the Spurs, I did get a little nervous because I'd rather play the Spurs, believe it or not, than the Thunder, just with matchup-wise.
No, man, we got the Warriors have the second best coach in the NBA behind Greg Popovich. So
Oh, you don't even think he's the best coach in the NBA?
Greg Popovich holds that mantle until he retires.
Okay.
Because I mean, how much of what Kerr knows did he learn from Pop?
That's a great point.
So I give Popovich the edge there, and anytime it comes to playing the Spurs and Popovich, if we can avoid it, I'll take it. As great as Durant and Westbrook are, they don't scare me as much as a Popovich coach team does.
Yeah, true. What was your take from game 2?
Game 2, my take was that the Warriors finally decided that, hey, we should maybe pass the ball once in a while, because when we do, we can't be stopped.
And pass it to somebody and out of bounds? No turnovers?
Ideally to your own teammate.
Yeah.
That tends to be how it works best
That
for
works.
Yeah.
My biggest take was Draymond Green. He didn't have like a huge stats day, but he's the vocal, emotional leader. He's that guy, like when you're friends, you're in a group of friends, he's the one who is constantly always the loud one, getting you into trouble. But he's in your group, so he's your guy. You're the one you stick with. And he just, like, he made a shot and then got in Cantor's face and just let him know he was there.
Did the same to Adams, too.
Yeah, and I mean, he's the leader. Everyone gets behind him. He's the one who says all the juicy sound bites, so no one else has to. And it just makes it easier for all of them to play together when the attention's on him, being a little cocky, being a little arrogant. I'd love to see that.
I have a little bit of a bone to pick with him because in Game 1, he didn't play great, and he had a bad attitude. And the beginning of Game 2, the first half, the same thing. I mean, he's sitting there. When he makes a shot, he gets in someone's face. But then when Kerr's talking to him, TNT shows during the timeout, Kerr's talking to him like, "Come on, man, come on," and he's just like nodding his head like this bad body language. I'm like, you can't have it both ways. Like when you're playing well and you've got this attitude, he's fiery and he's got all this, but then like when you're pissed off, like you can just like shut down and like turn your back. It seems like it's not cool.
I don't think I can agree with you with that. Because with Draymond, it's like, yeah, I know I got to step my game up. I kind of see where he's going with that, where it's like he knows his responsibilities. So when Kerr's talking to him, it's like, yeah, I know. It's almost like his body language is more to himself than to coach. That's what I took from it. Because I think Draymond is a good dude, and he respects Kerr a ton, and they always joke about how they get into little arguments or they each kind of piss each other off, but that's just how the dynamic works. And with Draymond, it's been working with the Warriors since he's been there.
I love the guy to death. He was frustrating me a little bit Game 1, Game 2, but I'm glad he came back second half and, like the rest of the team, just laid it to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Steph just went off. He was just patting himself, which was hard to believe if you noticed the huge knot on his elbow.
Okay, that's my second pet peeve of the game. If Steph Curry is jumping into the stands and flying at you at full speed, you have an obligation to do everything you can to catch him and cradle him like your child.
National treasure.
Do not let the man hit the floor.
Yep.
The second he hit the floor, I'm sitting there on my couch at my uncle's house. I'm like, oh my god, get up, and he didn't get up. No. It took like 20 seconds.
Yeah, he was down there for a while. And the weirdest thing, TNT showed a shot of a fan who was sitting courtside who took the time to get up, grab his camera, and take the photo op of Curry
idiot
on the floor. We couldn't really actually see what was going on with Curry down there.
I was freaking out.
Yeah,
man.
I was
Ankle,
I was
knee,
very nervous.
back, head,
Yeah.
arms, face. I don't know, all of the things.
Yeah, and then so it really surprised me that third quarter when he just went off, hit all those threes. I think he scored like 15 points in a minute 10 seconds or something like that.
He finally got pissed off. The refs didn't call the foul. It was a blatant foul on Westbrook beyond the 3-point line, and you just saw him. He had to take the timeout. He looked at the refs. He was pissed off. He got up, and then I think it was the next possession down, it started. And the second you saw the look on his face, he made the three. Yeah. He's, one of them, he was staring down Ibaka. He juked Durant out of his shoes. You knew, like, all right.
It's got to be such a good feeling to shoot and know it's going in, and then take your time to just look at the bench and look at the opponents, and just there's nothing they could do. He's just unstoppable.
I love how cocky he is. His confidence is just on another level.
Yeah, it's a different type of confidence too, because most guys, when they're confident, it is really cocky. But with Steph, like, he's such a nice guy that even when he's cocky, like, I can't. Well, he's also on my team, so I can't like fault him for anything. But it's like this guy's got the great smile. He's got the great family. He's always signing autographs, taking pictures. Everything he does, I don't see a problem with, and that might be a little bad.
Well, I kind of felt like when watching the Portland series, I was kind of like, this must be what it's like for everyone playing against the Warriors. When we didn't have Steph and Dame was just making these ridiculous threes with a hand in his face, creating his own shot. I'm just like, give me a break, dude. And
to go back to Draymond and Steph, if they were on any other team, I probably would hate them.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Draymond.
Oh, Draymond would be my public enemy number one.
Yeah.
There's always those players, like Richard Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Richard Sherman of the NBA, if you will, although Richard's plays fell off. But now, looking ahead here, Warriors traveling, next game Sunday. Do they take the OKC in this series?
I don't think they win both games on the road. I think they'll win the first one, and then they'll finish it back in Oklahoma on the next trip, because the series is tied 1-1. So I think they'll win one. They'll split the first road trip, then they'll win one at home, and then they'll finish them in Game 6.
Got it.
What about you?
I think the Warriors are going to take it. I'll save my complete prediction for the end of the show here today.
Yeah.
Looking at what's happening today, the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah.
Back home.
Who would have thought, after a coaching change and a couple of additions to the roster, that they would be in the Western Conference Finals?
I'll be honest, I really didn't watch any of the regular season until the last 2 weeks, when I was like, wait, there's really actually a chance that they're gonna pull it off.
Yeah, don't say that to too many Sharks fans, because they're loyal and proud.
I understand. I they're the hockey team in the Bay Area, so I'll proudly rep them. I enjoy watching the games, and the playoffs have been ridiculously entertaining.
Yeah, and it's funny. Scott Reese did a package actually on both the Sharks and Warriors both being in the conference finals at the same time, and kind of like the fact that the Sharks are in the back of people's minds because it's Warriors everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
And even the Sharks players were saying, like, where'd all this media attention come from? Like, this is bizarre. We're not used to this. And it just goes to show that the Warriors rule the Bay right now. And it's been like that for the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But if the Sharks keep doing what they're doing, they could eventually become number 2 to the Warriors. I don't think they're going to dethrone the Warriors attention-wise.
I doubt it. I mean, I think football and will always kind of hold number 1.
Fortunately, they're in different times of the year, which
helps
awesome.
Greatly.
Yeah.
I'm showing everyone watching right here our hashtag Sam and Cam. If you've got any questions or you want to interact with us, go ahead and hit us on there on Twitter, and we will try to answer your stuff. We'll get back to you on Twitter as well. Hashtag Sam and Cam for the Sam and Cam show. See what we did there? It was really creative on our
first
part.
Show, we're getting in the vibe.
Hey, we've got a hashtag. We put a set together. I'm wearing my Warriors gear. The Warriors were kind enough to win yesterday, so we didn't have to be uber depressed here. So like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I like I said, I was a little nervous just because Westbrook and Durant, I would say they're 2 of the top 5 guys in the NBA, going against the best player in the NBA, Steph Curry. So it was a little give and take, but the bench played ridiculously well. Festus Ezeli played great. Andre Iguodala probably made the best play in the NBA playoffs this
No look
this
with
season.
the English off the
Yeah,
glass.
he didn't even look up, just threw it up and fouled.
If only he didn't make that free
Yeah.
throw. He made all the other ones. I don't understand him. He never makes 2 free throws.
No.
And then anytime we play the Oklahoma City Thunder,
once. He did make
anytime
the
we
2
play
free
the
throws
Oklahoma
once.
City
Yep.
Thunder, he makes both free throws when he's got 2 at the line.
And that was the game that when it sent it to overtime.
And then Curry hit the dagger.
Yeah, almost half court 3
Yep.
to win it.
As time was expiring, or I think there was like 0.5 left. That was
Just
the
remember,
Warriors and Thunder have had some of the best games of the year. so
NBA Finals MVP, so he can miss a couple free throws if he wants. Because
guess.
when it comes to
I
the time,
guess.
he shines.
Yeah. Well, his defense on KD was astounding yesterday too. I mean,
Mhm.
he was part of the reason why KD had 8 turnovers.
Yeah.
And was completely nullified in the second half.
Yeah, they played great defense yesterday.
We backtracked back to the Warriors when we were talking about
Yeah,
the Sharks.
that's
It
just how it
happens.
goes.
It's so
when you talk
easy.
Sharks.
It's so easy to
It's-
just
no
hop on
disrespect
back.
to the Sharkies.
We love the Sharkies.
Yeah.
Big fans.
But Pavelski's been playing great. Couture's, they've all been playing great defense. Power play for the Sharks has been a huge.
They've been the
key
best
for them.
in the postseason.
Yeah,
They've been last I checked, it was over 30%. So they're converting their chances and taking advantage of them when they need to. What's been the most impressive thing for me is how they've flip flopped from being terrible at home and complete road warriors the entire year, and then all of a sudden being almost unstoppable at home.
yeah, yeah. I don't know how to explain.
I mean,
it,
how do you
'cause
go from being the
They had one of the best road records in the history of NHL. It wasn't the best one, but it was it was like top 3.
and that's the reason they even made it to the dance.
Yeah, and then now but the tank now, and no disrespect to the tank in the regular season, the atmosphere is a lot like Oracle. It's crazy. A lot of the Sharks fans are coming out. They're being loud. They're showing support. Hits against the boards. They're banging the boards back. It's just a great atmosphere, and I think the players are feeding off that a little bit.
I got a lot of friends that are diehard Sharks fans,
Yeah.
and they've been to quite a few playoff games already this
Yeah.
year.
They're fun.
So-
It's worth going. Playoff hockey's
And,
awesome.
and the nice thing too is it hasn't gotten to the Warriors level yet, where it's like I can't afford a Warriors game.
Tickets are available today still.
Tickets are available today for the our producer's selling us. Tickets are still available for the Sharks game if you guys want to go. So make sure you
And
check
that's
that
kinda
out
disappointing
and
to
sell
hear.
that out, because I know it's a weekday towards the end of the week, but I mean this is the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, the fact that they're
Sharks have-
still available though is
Yeah,
like
it's astounding to me.
yeah.
We were
it's-
talking with Scott Reese earlier, and we were just trying to brainstorm and remember exactly when. 2004 was their best year ever. They only won 2 games in the Western Conference
Yeah.
Finals.
So they can match it
They have
tonight.
the chance to match that today, and this is the season, the 25th year of the Sharks, the chance to win it all,
Man, that would be great.
and we're not like we can't even sell it out. Like
Hollywood.
what's
Hollywood
going on
story,
here?
Yeah.
If I didn't have to work at 3:30 in the morning, I'd go buy a ticket right now and head down to the tank.
And I got all the guys on the team just seem like really cool guys. And not only that, they look like regular dudes.
Yeah.
With just dudes with
Except
beard-
for Joe's
huge
beard.
beards. I mean, when you
Well,
go,
what was up with the beard pulling?
I think it was just a mind game. But Thornton's beard is way better than I don't even remember who the guy was. that was
It doesn't even
pulling
matter.
up.
We don't touch Joe Thornton's
Backus.
beard.
It was Backus.
You're not allowed.
Backus was tugging his beard, and Backus barely had any beard. Like
He's
like
got my
me.
beard right here.
Yeah.
Look at this. Don't touch Joe Thornton's beard.
Yeah, Thornton did not like that. I think he paid him back later in the game. He gave him a good hip check. And
Speaking of the last game too, have you ever seen a puck get lost in someone's uniform before like that?
no, that was pretty bizarre. And it hit his skate perfectly to go up his shorts, and then he had to come off the ice to find it, and it still took like 5 minutes for them to find where the puck was.
I got to give props to the NHL social media guy. Did you see what they
I
tweeted
didn't,
right after
no.
that? Said check the beard.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
So that was pretty quick thinking there. But yeah, I'd never seen anything like that. That was kind of odd. Well, Sharks tonight against the Blues. I think the Sharks are going to take it in 5.
Oh,
total.
nice. Yeah.
Win both, go back to St. Louis, smack them, come back and get ready for
I
the
feel like we have an
Stanley
advantage.
Cup.
As in Sharks has an advantage because Pavelski played with the goaltender of the Blues, Elliott, in college, so they know each other's tendencies. But I think Pavelski is going to capitalize on that more with his other teammates. So I mean, it's going to be a tough series still. The Blues are pretty good. I mean, like, it's the conference final, so every team that's there is good, but it's going to come down to.
It takes a little bit of luck. Just play hard.
The Sharks are just faster this year too.
The crazy thing is when they wanted to play with size in the first round, they played with size and they won. And then against Nashville, they went with speed and they were just faster. Mm-hmm. It seems like, for some reason, I don't quite understand it, but no matter what you throw at these guys, they have a combination that will just beat you.
And all their lines are really deep.
A lot like the small ball of the Warriors from last year that no one really expected to come out and do what it did. Hey, you know, the comparisons are abound here in the Bay Area.
Can you promise me you'll wear something Sharks next week?
Yeah, I can do that.
Just to show some respect?
Yeah.
I'll wear something Sharks too.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Monday? They're due.
Or next show.
Whenever next show
Next
is.
show. We'll do next show.
If we get another
We'll let
show.
you know on social media. Stick up with our Facebook, Twitter. We'll keep you updated when the next show will be. I will be wearing some Sharks gear.
Knock on wood
I promise.
for next show.
Yeah, hopefully my key card still works tomorrow. Off to two other teams that are hot and playing currently in the Bay Area. The Giants and the A's have been up and down so far this year. But in the last, 10 to 12 days, they've been very much so up.
Giants are on a 7-game win streak. A's are on a 4. And the A's are just hitting home runs just every day. It's ridiculous. Valencia had a 3-home-run game the other day. Chris Davis had a 3-home-run game that was capped off by a walk-off grand slam, which I was working. Mark Ibanez and I were doing the 10. Bases were loaded. I was like, they were down 1 run. I was like,
there's 2 outs, right?
Yeah, 2 outs.
2 outs.
Chris Davis already had 2 home runs. I was like, there's no way he's going to get a walk-off grand slam and get a 3rd home run. And then all of a sudden, he hits it. I jump out of my seat. Mark's writing, doesn't know what's going on, and then we both notice. It was chaos. So much fun.
Chaos in the newsroom.
The cherry on top, before he crosses home plate, he does a jumper, shoots the helmet into all of his teammates, which was awesome, and then the pot of the face, the bubble gum, the Gatorade bath.
A little bit of town business. Salute to the Warriors.
Yeah, it's good to see the A's. I mean, they got so much hate coming into this offseason.
They should change. Chris Davis should change his name. Take the K off. HR
Davis?
Chris Davis. Home Run Davis.
Yeah, I like that. That.
Let's start a movement.
Hashtag Home Run Davis.
Hashtag Home Run Davis. If you like that, make sure you let us know. Hashtag Sam and Cam. Shameless plug.
Shameless. Always. And then,
but the pitching has been one of the weirdest stories for the A's because the guy you expected to be the guy, arguably one of the best young pitchers in the league,
Sonny,
someone everyone loves, Sonny Gray, has been atrocious. I mean, it's been ugly.
It's been rough.
He's been terrible.
It's still early in the season.
Yeah, but he's been arguably one of the worst starting pitchers in the league.
That's my squad, so I'm not going to be too hard on him.
I'm sorry, man, but he's been awful.
Yes,
I would take Jake Peavy over him right now for tomorrow. Start tomorrow. Give me Peavy over Sonny Gray.
I won't. Sorry.
In 2 months, I'll take Sonny, but for tomorrow, give me Peavy.
Yes, the pitching hasn't been the bright spot, and that's the one thing coming into the season that I was excited for, is to see Sonny still doing his thing in his prime. And it just seems like something's off right now. But he's a small guy. He's got the Lincecum build.
Yeah.
Where he's shorter. He's not over 6 foot, and he's got a lot of.
His speed's there, but the location's just been awful.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a mile or two an hour slower.
And then across the bay, the pitching across the bay.
2 complete games in a row.
Yeah, back to back.
Mad Bum, and then Cueto.
And Mad Bum had a little fire in him in his start.
I'm a big Giants fan. I love the Giants. They're my baseball team. I'm kind of tired of it.
You don't? Why not? Why?
I love how serious he is. I love how focused he is. I love the intensity. But at some point, enough is enough with the stare downs. Either throw a punch or just go back to the mound and pitch.
If I was that good, I would talk shit every pitch if I could, without a doubt.
I mean, I would talk smack too, but at the same time, enough with the chest-to-chest stuff. Either throw a punch.
But that's part of his
give
game.
me an odor.
He's a giant. He's a giant dude. He's imposing.
I would cower in fear.
Yeah, I would.
I'm a big guy, but he would make me look
I would
tiny.
be on Mad Bum's side. I would not. I would be on his team.
Me too.
I would not want
You
to
know?
be going toe to toe with Mad Bum.
Imagine if it's him and Samar just side by side.
And I
God
think
help
that
us.
was a little bit of miscommunication. Will Myers didn't know what was the guy that Mad Bum kind of had the altercation with at home plate. They didn't know what was going on. He didn't know if Mad Bum was yelling at him or himself, and then
That's
it
what always
escalated.
happens. That's the problem. That's what always happens. Look at the preseason. It was the same thing.
And then Johnny Cueto
Is the opposite.
complete opposite of Mad Bum. And actually, most of the starting pitchers for the Giants are
Intense.
Are intense. Besides Cueto,
Yeah, you see, Cueto's like he's from a different mold.
he just loves to play baseball.
Peavy's super intense. Samardz's very intense.
Mhm.
Kane, I don't really consider him intense, but he's not light and fluffy.
He's not smiling.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, but Cueto's sitting there, he's just smiling jolly. The way he walks up to the mound and walks back from the
Yeah.
mound, it's just all very different
But
from what I'm used to seeing as a Giants fan.
You want a starting pitcher to have that edge, to have that chip
No,
and that anger.
I agree.
And because starting pitchers are a lot like closers, is they're weird dudes. They're different guys.
Look at Tim Lincecum.
Yeah, well, he was. Yeah, I don't know what to say to Timmy, but
That's the quintessential weird guy that was awesome.
yeah, but you got to have a little bit of anger to be a pitcher, because every pitch is a challenge. It's not like you're at first base, you're waiting for a grounder or something. The ball's in your hand the most
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah, you're
So
trying
you
to
need
beat him every
you
time
need
you
to
throw
have
that
the
ball.
edge. You need to have, the
Fire.
motivation. Exactly.
Fire. I think the best thing that could have happened to the Giants was the Diamondbacks giving Greinke the extra year. Because instead of getting one guy that I think he'll pitch better than he is right now for the Diamondbacks, but instead of getting him, you got two guys that are pitching really, really well and give you a chance to make it 4-7.
I mean, the Giants have the lead in their division right now.
Even year magic. Hashtag
Yeah,
even year
I
magic.
mean, every even year, they're doing it, and their squad is so well built in the pitching staff, 1 through 3 at least right now. I mean, Peavy and Kane they need to work through some things.
If
but
one of them wins every other time, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Just split it, and then we're good to go. With the first 3, they'll win more often than not, and you'll make the postseason. And then we know Boch will do his voodoo in World Series.
and the bats are following too for the Giants. Crawford's
well,
playing
they're
well.
up and down. I think Crawford's the most underrated shortstop in the MLB. He's just amazing. His
Yeah.
defense is astounding. His bat has gotten so much better last year and this year. But I still want to see more consistency overall from the Giants' bats.
It's great to have Pence healthy again.
That
He had
home,
a-
he
he had a
won the
home
game
run,
yesterday. Him and Cueto.
Yeah,
So yeah, definitely got to keep that going.
Pagan needs to stay healthy.
Pagan's hamstrings, man, they're made of rubber, old rubber. That's
I'll
been
give him
sitting
my
in the
hammies
sun.
if he gives me part of his contract.
Yeah,
gladly.
I'm not gonna give it to him.
Just like I was willing to
I'm
give up my
saving-
knee to Steph.
I'm
as
saving
soon
my
as it
body
went out.
parts in case Steph has another emergency. I'm on
Just for
call.
Steph?
I'm on call. Yeah, or maybe Clay or Draymond. Those 3. That's those 3.
That's it. Just three people.
Just
You'll-
those
You'll
3.
give your body to.
As long as we beat the Cavs, it's worth it.
Oh.
And OKC.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
got ahead of
jumping
myself a
ahead.
little for my
Yeah.
final thoughts.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I think we've hit everything on our board. It's about the time to transition to our final thoughts. What do you got?
The baseball brawl between Odor and Batista. I thought it was. So Bryce Harper wears a hat a lot of the times that says "Make baseball fun again." It made me enjoy baseball a little bit.
Yeah,
The fact, because I just like the fiery, I like the cockiness, I like the arrogance a lot. Like
I'm a Bryce
football,
Harper fan.
yeah. With like football, like when they stopped letting them celebrate touchdowns, I thought that was kind of stupid.
No fun league.
No
NFL?
fun league, yeah. But with baseball, you need we need more rivalries. We need a little bit of bad blood, and to see
Yeah.
Odor not respect Batista's late slide, and then let him know about it. Because I mean, it was a cheap slide.
Oh, yeah.
And he could have got seriously hurt, like
And
when Utley.
It's
did the late
against the
slide.
rules.
It is against the rules.
It is now against the. It's illegal.
And Batista was just mad that he got hit by a pitch because of the bat flip from the playoffs earlier last year.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he flipped the bat, which, yeah, I get that you're not trying to show him up, no showmanship. So they hit at him, they throw a pitch at him, he gets hit, takes his base, and it should be done. But instead, he wants to do the cheap shot, and then Odor stood up for himself. And I think Odor has respect from everybody in Major League Baseball now.
Oh, here's my thing. If it's against the rules and someone's trying to hurt you and the umps aren't going to do anything about it, it's time for every second baseman to take a swing at someone that slides into them illegally. Do it, and they'll stop doing it because they'll get tired of their nose getting broken.
Yeah, and that's the only way. But Odor got 8-game suspension. Batista got 1. Odor's in the middle of appealing it, but we'll see what happens. I enjoyed watching it. It was good.
It was
good video.
It was good for ball.
Yeah,
good for ball.
It was good for our broadcast.
No doubt
Selfishly,
about
it was
it.
good for us.
No doubt about it. My final take is this: the Warriors are tied now, 1-1. They will be back-to-back champions within their next 8 games. They win the next 3. And then they only lose once to Cleveland.
So they go 4-1 in the series if Cleveland advances to the.
If Cleveland,
finals?
come on, man, they're playing the Cupcake League over there in the East.
Okay,
All
I'll
right.
hold you.
So when
hold you to that.
when Cleveland advances, the Warriors will take them in 5, and only because this year they want to win the championship in Oakland, not in Cleveland.
All right, Sammy, appreciate you.
The Sammy Cam
Sammy
Show,
Cam Show.
episode 1 in the books.
Episode 1. We'll see if there's episode 2. We'll see if we even get our paychecks this week.
Stay tuned to our social media pages. Stay tuned to Twitter. Use the hashtag
Sam and Cam.
#SamandCam, and we will see you guys sometime next week.
Thanks for everybody to help to do this. Hi, Mom. Love you. Thanks for watching.
Shout out Mama. Always got to shout out Mama.